Hello there, internet friends. This is Too Old for Gaming, and today I am inviting you to another exciting 10 versus 10 here on Lenina and Steel Division 2. I am playing as 14th Infantry, and what I'm gonna try to do is take this flag right here. So, the first step of my plan is to set up a defensive hilltop position here. So I want to get all my emplacements in, get some air defenses up. We've got a MiG-3 trying to spot us right now, but these flak 38 20 mils on these trucks are trying to push them off, and there's a PE-2 here who's looking for a target. We got dual flaks, gets them to fall back. So let's look at what I brought in. MG-42, IG-18, PAC-40, 1, 2, 3, and Fusilier, and then the same on this side. With the 20 mil back here, kind of next to each other, and then 281s. So, a lot of the time I would say let's just push into the town here and try to force our way up. I told the team what I was planning on doing, and looks like they're going to help me out. So the enemy is reinforcing this area, and they're trying to get some ducks across. However, I should be able to defend myself against this amphibious assault through the swamp. To our very left flank here, we've got an assault by Polish troops, backed up by some captured Italian tanks, and we've got a sniper team here in the swamp that my MG-42 and IG-18 are spotting. And another one over here along with the ZIS-2, which I am spotting as well. So everything is going according to plan right now. We've got a SDKFZ 7/1 backing up our two Flak 38 trucks. Looks like we've got a bunch of recon T-34s here, but he blew up the remote-controlled bomb. I'm very curious to see if that killed all three of them. I'm not sure if we'll find out anytime soon. Like to keep an eye on that. So, looks like either my MG-42 or the IG-18 was able to take out that sniper team. He's bringing in more reinforcements into the area I want to assault. 3 guns going in on this one team here. And have not been artilleried yet, and these guys are just getting absolutely murdered. So it looks like it didn't blow these guys up. They took some damage, but they're still advancing here. Not enough time to fire at that duck, and we managed to hold the poles off to our left, and almost getting the farm. Very hard to do. I've tried it many times. I've personally never been able to do it. Doesn't look like we've got the forest, but we're tied in at a 16-16. IL-4 coming in on the town. Gets his bombs off. I think. No, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Takes out a PAC-40. And now we're getting shelled. But he's shelling. If this is a circle on this, they're mostly landing behind. I feel like if you start moving, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if you start moving infantry while you're getting artillery, they are more likely to take damage. And if you guys remember, blinking means they're still hidden in cover. So I'm moving up another MG-42 because I am going to make a river assault here eventually. Now we're getting some more accurate fire on us. And we got that MiG-3 coming in with a PE-3 on the town. Firing away at the SP-234 and does destroy him. Our anti-aircraft net not enough to push these guys off quickly. So, not worried about this ZIS-2 in here because he's got no HE shells. But I can't, I'm just just can't get them. I don't really want to move anything right now either. So, brought in these captured 45 mils because they got 20 rounds of HE too. So they're going to be good against any infantry as well, and they're only, in this deck, 30 points. I think some they're 35, others they're 30. And we're spotting more guys over here. That, I think, was a 25 mil anti-aircraft gun. Panzergren's really putting some fire down on the Sis-2. And we're catching some Sappery out in the open. These guys are going to probably get knocked. Nah, man, they are not suppressing as fast as I thought. Now they're pinned, they're dead. So I have another set. We didn't catch this coming in, but an IG-18 and a 45 mil AT gun here too. So again, my plan isn't just to go all in on a Phase A assault. I want these guys to be backed up over their assault, try to soften things up, and then move in with a bunch of infantry. Bring up more reconnaissance. The Fusilier teams are pretty big on this deck. 9-man squad. Looks like we had a quit already or a disconnect. IG-18 takes down another infantry over here. Sniper still causing havoc on my teams. Does take out that MG42. It's a big bummer. I brought these MG42s in Phase A, so I only get 4 of them because I did vet them once. Sniper is killed in return by the MG42, the other one. And we've got another 25 mil here out in the open. I think our IG-18 is going to be able to kill him. Pins him down, and now look over here, guys. We've got 120 mil mortar fire. 25 mil is killed, and my Pac 184 is spotting that Maxim triple vet in the building. Out of range of him, but able to take him out with one of the few remaining HE rounds. So, not something you normally see, but I'm trying to counter battery these guys with 81 millimeter mortars, and we take out another infantry squad here. I've got Stug 3Es in this deck too for infantry support. 12 rounds a minute. Not a huge blast, but 12 rounds a minute definitely helps. And so I had another MG42, bringing him back into the same location to cover this area. And lots of artillery firing in on my teammates over here. Sappery pushing us off, but you know, there's no point here, right? We've got the point up here that's important, and we want to get this point. So right now we're at the 1814. Wanted to try to help these guys out, so I'm moving him up a bit more aggressively here. I don't know if you saw that peak right there. Unfortunately, there's a Zis-2 that was hiding right there. I think my IG-18 is spotting him right now, though, and now we're getting mortar fire. Looks like we spotted one of these 120 millimeter mortars out in the open. And most of my guys got their heads down here due to triple mortar fire. Gets 2 casualties on that shot. So remember, we had fire from over here and fire from over here. Fortunately for me, we've got more 81s firing at these 120s. The 120s are pretty deadly. They have a huge explosion. They shoot fast. Not seeing a ton of airplay from the Allied team. We lost a flag. Why don't we check out the rest of the map while I bring in reinforcements? Brought in 2 more of these 35-point Stug 3s and another 81 millimeter mortar team. So looks like we're dealing with some rockets from aircraft up here, but getting shoved off by another 20 millimeter anti-aircraft gun, holding the line in the town, but this is not a good play. I don't know what he's thinking. He's got all of his half-tracks pushed up front with no one spotting for him. None of these guys are reconnaissance, and we're just sitting Panzergren's back here. Maybe this guy wanted to go use the bathroom. Got a Nashorn trying to hold it down here. 17 pounder in the light woods up there, and we've got a couple aircraft coming in. 2 IL-2s coming in with rockets. Can the AS-42s do anything? Oof. I don't think they're going to get shot down, but one is smoking. Man, those things are beefy. All right, let's take a look back at our area. Still shelling those mortars and waiting for my points to recharge. We got a Tiger E up here giving us overwatch. Move that Stug 3E up here as well to provide more support, just like the IG-18. Even though we did get a lot of artillery fire, our guys are still alive. Although this PaK-40 is out of HE shells, we still have 35 in the IG-18, and I'm moving up the Stug 3. So as you can see here, I can see all the way down this road because I have spotters and a PaK-40. And my MG-42 is right there, and guess what? It can reach, you can barely reach the road right there. My 3rd mortar team spotting enemy equipment out in the open, dropping in some artillery on them, maybe to pick up an easy kill since they're not in cover. Bring in more reconnaissance over here. And my last 81mm mortar team. We are at a 17-15, still getting them on ticks right now. And we are getting off map, but it looks like it was pushed behind our line here. We've got some Italian tanks and Jaeger teams and Grenadiers holding the line. Jagdpanzer unsupported. But the Sappery getting spotted by the IG-18 and Tiger, so not going to do much. Got some Special Forces Oznaz teams immediately getting destroyed, and then the T-34 coming in to reinforce, going to get taken out here quickly. Fires at the IG-18. Get a bounce from the PaK-40. Damages sight. And he's destroyed. Got another infantry. See, he's just. You see this? He's getting out way back there now because he knows if he comes down that road, he's dead. And this IG-18 is destroyed by 120mm mortar fire. It's shelling all my positions right now. I knew this was going to happen, but I had enough on the deck to not really worry about it. Because in Phase B now, I've got more stuff I can bring in. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm bringing in these Führers to give them more veterancy. And I think they're more resistant to artillery damage when they're vetted up. I could be wrong, but I swear when I'm fighting against like triple vetted SAS, they seem to never die from artillery. So these guys are 2 stars now. My 81mm mortars are being counter-batteried. They're out of ammo. But I'd still like to save them in case we need them and we can resupply them. So trying to hit all my positions here. And we are dropping artillery on their position too. Smaller fire, I'm not sure what those were. This is a 2-man squad here. I tried pushing these Fusiliers out to see what was going on, and I started getting hit by 50mm mortars, and I can't see them, which is unfortunate. So I'm trying to retreat, but there's a triple star Maxim here. Gonna drop some 81mm mortars on that triple star Maxim, and one of my 81s is destroyed right here by counter battery fire. I do have a commander in here now. So when you have the commander and you have leaders like I have here, they had another star of veterancy, so these guys are like triple vet now. So the PaK-40s I brought in with none because I wanted more of them. But everyone else that I brought in with 1 star is now a triple star. Fusiliers end up pulling back into the woods. And I'm bringing in Ju-88. Let's see if we can get this guy. And 85 mil just shot at him, and he got a couple bombs off. Not sure if that was enough. Now, you guys are probably asking why I would bring in a Ju-88 C6. Well, on this deck of 14, and this guy has like the 50 kilogram bombs, so there's like 10 of them in it. Why would you bring that? Well, the reason I brought that is they have the highest damage resistance in the deck. So if you look at the other bombers, the damage resistance isn't as high, even if they're Ju-88s. These ones can take a lot of damage and get away. You see, he took like direct. There's guys right here I didn't know about. Right there, the 85, and I think there was a 25 too, and he made it out. So most of the time you get pushed off in a 10v10, I feel like, or destroyed by enemy aircraft fire. At least these guys, if you get pushed off, they're not getting destroyed most of the time. MG42 spotting these Shernies. Watch that bullet rate. That's crazy. You see how fast that's going? Just chews them up. They are dead. We've got these special forces teams with the commander down there trying to reinforce the area. 45 mil spotting more of these guys out in the open, but they get just out of view. And we've got a Sturm Pioneer moving close to the flag. So I've any guys who are killed, I've replaced. And I was running out of ammo. By the way, this is really annoying. Please, please, guys, don't set your artillery up on reinforcement roads. Even if you're not getting hit, people are bringing trucks in, and your guys are going to jump out of the trucks way back here. Like, do not do this. Like, move it over here or up here. This is really bad gameplay for your team. So I'm moving in these captured FK-288Rs because I can use them for anti-tank or I can use them as artillery. And I'm running out of 81mm mortars, and I think I set this up for Phase C trucks. So those will be my new artillery, and always try to let your team know what you're doing too so they can support you. I'm going to try to send over a platoon of Pioneers. These guys have SVTs, which makes them a little bit bigger than the regular ones because of their rate of fire. Somebody was getting hit. The guy was yelling. I'm not sure who that was. I did bring in 120mm mortars, and honestly, the smoke bombs are way bigger than the 81s, and that's really the reason I brought these in. If you're making an infantry assault, always recommend bringing mortars for smoke. Tiger taking fire from this 85 up here, in very close, so he might die, and he does. We're just off this flag. We got an MG34 just right there, and look at all this stuff coming in. We're at a 16-16 now, guys. We're almost in Phase C, where the points really start increasing. So still got these guys spotting whatever's going on. He's got those ducks, so he can go across this river without the bridge. And I've got 3 guys here now. These Panzergrens almost out of ammo. But I've got all these guys up here. I need to push this one into position. I will. This guy's in position. He's got 19 rounds of high explosive and a radio. Unfortunately, none of my reconnaissance had radios. So until I get a leader to the front line to support these Pioneers, I won't have radio all the way up here. Enemy is trying to hold off. Our Sturm shoots an attack, but one of the squads is destroyed. Let's see if they can get the second one. Got 13 MP44s and getting suppressed by MG42 fire. Spotting this leader out in the open. I'm holding off on shooting, though. There's only 3 men left. Guys, there's really no reason to sacrifice your reconnaissance. If you're down that many men, I would just put them on return fire because they should have exceptional... Yeah, they have exceptional stealth. Just keep them out of view. You want that spotting. And we're in phase C. So taking a look at the left, looks like we've got some off-map going on over here. Poles not able to get up that hill. We've got a ZIS-2 up here, firing at probably the Schutzen over here, and he does destroy him. But
Ja, Kommandant.
his Russian capture field guns are in radio range, so he is going to die very fast.
Beschützt die Artillerie.
And I am bringing over an off-map. This little guy here is going to get their heads down before I make my frontal assault. And so you can see I've got a full platoon here. MG-42 and 245 mils reinforcing, although one's running out of HE shells. You can also see over here with the IG-18. Looks like he's got another AT gun or something being set up over here. Try to bring in a Marauder on my guys, though. And I get extremely lucky. Takes out my recon squad. Just puts their heads down. That was super lucky, and I was going to say that's probably due to the AA fire we've got over here. Super lucky. So, I'm getting my 210s on. We've got our 120s up. I've got these FK288Rs firing on that spot where I saw that equipment come in. We got an IL-2 coming over here on the left. Why is he shooting AT rockets at a Skitterungs? That was a big waste. Is this 2 firing at somebody over here? I think he took at that Panzer IV. Here comes the big booms, 210s. I'm getting shelled over here too. I don't know if you saw that little explosion. So hopefully that takes care of the Maxim that was there. And so all these guys walking in back here, yeah, they got shelled right here because these Nebelwerfers were right here. So to walk them all up, right, I would have assaulted like 2 minutes ago. So you can see all the circles, those are smoke. Want to get these guys in close. Got some inaccurate fire here, getting a little close, but triple vet, I think, like I said, I think it's less likely they're going to take damage. You can see how much larger the smoke is from the 120 mil mortars than these 80s. I think. Maybe I'm crazy. And this guy's still alive, so without seeing him, it's going to be a danger to my infantry here. Got to try to take him out. He's moving him back as he knows he was spotted. Tiger getting his crew knocked out here. Still being silly, trying to fight an 85 millimeter gun within 1,000 meters. Not smart. Put artillery or smoke down here. Try to get your Sturm Schützen up here. Kill that off. All right, so yeah, these. So look at this Ju-88. Again, 50 kilogram, 10 bombs, 400 km. Not the slowest, not the fastest. Resilience is very good though. So we got a T-34 moving in. These guys don't have AT, and I did smoke that road out of view from the hilltop. So I got to kind of keep these guys in cover. Get this guy to surrender from one of our satchel charges. Actually, they're not satchel charges, they're grenade bundles. T-34 is spotting one of my Pioneer squads out here. And we've got a T-26C destroying that leader card, but there's another flame infantry here. See if this guy can stay alive. Takes out another Special Forces Oznez. Sturm moving forward. Pioneer spotting 7.62 field gun out in the open. That's rough. This thing shoots so fast. Managed to push off an aircraft up there, and now we've got a bunch of infantry and reinforcements. The smoke is gone. Let's see if we can take it down. Need to kill this guy fast. That tank did go down to this Sturm. Come on, take out that Jeep. Thank you. This guy is not getting suppressed fast enough from those DPs. So 7 SVTs is great. DP-28, not great. Now we're dealing with these Morskaya squads, and we do lose 1 Pioneer. Still got quite a few men here, but they are getting really suppressed. Trying to move in my leader, who should have been there at the beginning if my teammate wasn't dumb. MG42 is putting down heat on his reinforcements here. Did not mean to give a move order to this guy, but I think that happened because he was out of HE and I didn't realize it. And all these guys got their heads down. Let's see if this JU-88 can get his bombs off on these reinforcements over here. But it looks like there's another AA gun up here. So I did retarget him over here, but we're taking fire from probably another 25 mil. And one of our Pioneer teams is destroyed. Gets a direct hit with this 7.62 field gun. Head's pinned down. End up getting one of our grenade bundles off and take out another one. Fusilier firing at these guys out in the open. Going to be able to suppress them because they're in light woods and we're in heavy woods. And we are double vetted now that our leader came in. So now all these guys are double vetted. JUD coming back in for that field gun, but unable to get there because this guy right here should be able to get away. But there's another one over here on the left. Oh no, is he gonna make it out? He does. If he didn't have very good resilience, he would be dead for sure. Osnaz not gonna do it against these Pioneers. Grenade bundle going out. And I got another off map coming in because he's got tons of reinforcements and I need time to get mine forward. Got Sturm Pioneer and then Grenadier MG26s. So bringing in the 26s into the forest because they can use their ZB-26 rifles. And my PAC-40 is destroyed by artillery bombardment along with my leader. Fusilier's still alive. And this guy is just barely hanging on. Now I'm starting to drive guys in over here. It's a bit risky because you can see this way. But we're at a 20, well, we were at a 2012, and now it'd be great to end this game in the next 5 minutes. So all my Pioneer bombs going off. Guys are starting to run out of ammo. We've got one left here. We got these guys caught out in the open where I'm firing with 120 millimeter mortars. So they're doomed. Most of my ridgeline here destroyed. Brought in a flak Verling to just try to keep the bombers off because those marauders are can easily destroy a lot of this. I worry more about those than off map. And unfortunately this guy's got 5 rounds left, but at least he can maybe do something if a duck comes down that way. Lots of field guns, just being able to hold these guys off the flag. Strelke SVT surrenders. No, that was, sorry, that was, it's an airborne Canadian surrendered. So I got my Sturm Pioneers here in the woods trying to get him across the water. But he's got sightline down here. Hopefully they don't get suppressed. Sappery coming in to try to retake the position, but I got more Pioneer SVTs. And I am got a ton of Grenadier MG26s. And so these guys are 20 points. So my thought here was, okay, if I do get bombed, I don't have any heavy AA guns, only 20 mils in this deck, so I'll have enough to hold it with all the infantry. And then I brought in Sawstrup, MP44s, close quarters combat, Pioneers, just shooting these guys up. 4 minutes left in the match, 2012. Lots and lots of reinforcements coming. Really wants this flag back. And just insane amount of DP fire going on. Fusilier is being spotted by the Sappery. Probably gonna die because everything's depleted. Ugh. been firing so much, they just got MP40 rounds left, and they do die, but I've got spotting up here, so not terrible. MG26 firing now at that field gun who's pulled off a little bit. I think he was a little bit closer earlier. Takes out 2 men with 1 shot. Trying to get these guys as spread out as I can. This is a ton of men here in a very small area. Unfortunately, no anti-tank, but only a crazy man's gonna bring a tank into woods. And I don't know what happened to this guy. He started running out in the open. I didn't command him to do that. But he must have had like a tree on fire. Instead of running back, he ran on the open. I do get smoke off. We're at a 1913 now. Most of these guys still alive. And now we've got Nebelwerfer fire. If we can do anything, almost gets this guy down. This T-34 is being very annoying right now. Got 1-man leader left. See, right here, even though I'm pretty deep in here, he can still spot me. So, without bombardment from aircraft or artillery, he's not going to get this area back. And I'm bringing in a Panzer II. He obviously wants this position. Be nice to have some 20mm fire support. So I moved an MG42 up here. We can see down the road. Unfortunately, this dang field gun's still alive that I shelled forever. He's still got 3 men left. Got another Pack 40 I'm moving in. I could move this one up. I've got an MG42 over here still, Pack 40. His leader's still there. I'm bringing up an IG-33, but it takes forever to walk him forward. All these guys over here are still up. Bringing up another IG-33. And we're down to 4 minutes left. I did end up bringing in my hero. And I'm bringing a Panzerschreck for obvious reasons. So, A-20C Boston. He gets destroyed, but he does get bombs off and takes out 3 squads. So, what I was really afraid of, and then everyone else is pinned down. So, destroy the bomber, but bomber does significant damage to my team here. And I'm getting, as you can see here, I'm basically getting zero support. Like, why? Let me ask you, why are we holding this ground here? Push forward. There's no point to keep all your guys back here. Push forward. Keep them off. I guess you just assume you're going to win because we're down to 1:30. Dealing with another tank up here. T-34. Able to spot our stern pioneer. Not sure how we could see him. He was in the woods, and he's just a T-34, and there's no infantry here to spot him. It's interesting. Now he's starting to shell the position. Looks like we were able to grab this flag over here. Jagd Panther, very lucky, but a 3rd one running in. Ooh, lucky. We're dealing with a platoon of T-34s. We have a Tiger. We can spot them now. There's an AT gun here, so my hero I've moved up to try to take these guys out. Did get a penetration on him from the ZIS-3. Let's see if we can get their heads down before we get destroyed. Bounce. Lucky bounce. Take this infantry team down.
An alle Einheiten.
Off map going in. They're getting the flag right now. 18-14. And thanks to the Tiger support, my Stug 3 does live. And the off map getting everyone's head down. Fortunately, my Panzer II is just out of range. I brought in 2 of them, 30-point tanks. What I wanted to do is hook around here, peep the corner, and take out his T-34s. So let's see if that works. Got another AC-20. Again, all I have is 20 mils with the 14th Infantry, and he does take out more and more of my guys. But he dies again. 42 seconds left. Panzer II firing at a T-34. Bouncing shells.
Please, don't shoot.
It's like that Ukraine video you just saw of the Bradley fighting a T-90. Gets him to flee, but not destroying him. Off map coming in. MG-34, bullet splashes everywhere. Su-52 trying to rush in to save the day. The Panzer II reload fast enough. Ah. Wow. So, 36 minutes and 21 seconds. That was an exciting game here. Take a look at me. So actually, even with an assault on a position, I killed a few more of them than I lost. Take a look at my kills. These IG-18s did well. MG-42's got a couple. TAC-40. My battery fire. The battery wasn't really to kill these guys, it's just to get them down and be able to push in. These Pioneers did awesome. And then that flak-bearing 20 mil that I brought in, even though he couldn't stop them from dropping bombs, I mean, he did take out 3 of them. And let's take a look at our losses. So we had a F-22 a howitzer firing at us. And just take out a lot of equipment. He did really well. That's, I think this was that guy in the hill. Just couldn't kill him for some reason. Sappery gets a few. And then that railway gun when he dropped it on the position. All in all, a very fun match. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.